Welcome to a new episode of Bjorn Pilot's Garage. We had been running the Mustang for a couple of years. I have had 4 Mustangs. The last one was a GT, and we drove it on the track several times at the Nürburgring and at the Drivers Club Ljungbyhed. But I felt maybe that I had done it for a couple of years, and I wasn't so enthusiastic anymore about it. So I thought maybe it was time to try something new. It was great fun with the Mustang. It could compete with the regular Porsche 911s, which were 2 or 3 times as expensive. So it was kind of underdog feeling. I really liked that. But most had been done with the car, so was thinking of something new. I've always had a sweet spot for Italian design, and I've had a couple of Italian cars. My first car was a Volvo P1800 full of rust. I couldn't keep that one because I hadn't time to repair it. I was starting the Swedish Air Force flight school, so I hadn't time to repair the rust on it. But my second car was a Fiat X19. I liked that very, very much. I bought it new for 51,000 Swedish crowns. After I sold it a couple of years later for the same money. That was a stupid thing, but I didn't have space for it in Stockholm, where I lived at the time. Anyway, that was a great car. And I've had a couple of other cars too. Italian, Fiat 127, Fiat Uno, Alfa Romeo 75 Turbo. That was a very cool car. It was really quick and I drove it on the track. That was also stupid to sell. It could have been a classic today. Another one was Alfa Romeo 164, a 3-liter. Here it is at the French Riviera. A wonderful car with amazing sound from the V6 engine. They didn't like the car, the 164, at the Wheeler dealers, but I don't care. The sweet sounding engine was absolutely beautiful. Yeah, still like Italian cars have this Abarth 595 Turismo with the soft top on board. Everybody loves this car, so do I. Anyway, I thought it was time for something new. I also needed space in the garage here because to access my tools and everything else here, I had to take out the Mustang every time, and it was not very practical. To have 5 cars, that was simply too much. So now I have only 4 cars. The Mustang had to go. I got a good price for it, and it is sold. A year or 2 ago, I had a Vespa, 300cc Vespa. It did 0 to 80 kilometers per hour in 2 seconds. No, it didn't actually, but it felt like it did. It was a rocket. It was really fun to drive. It had Italian design. It was black and beautiful. I really liked the Vespa. I bought it because it was a kind of father-son project, because my son was taking a driver's license for his 125cc KTM. So I had to train driving with him. It was in the way too, and I didn't use this as much. I was in a shop some time ago, and I saw the Moto Guzzi Scrambler, and I thought that was a really beautiful motorcycle. It had the Italian design, and it was kind of soft off-road styling. I really liked it. Ever since I've been watching advertisements for used Moto Guzzis, and suddenly I found one not far away from here, around 20 kilometers. That's nothing, in Veinge. So it was a used Scrambler, and it had done 2,700 kilometers. Almost like new, I thought. It was a 2016 model, and the price was reasonable. and I went looking for it, checking it out. Yeah, and of course you understand what happened. I bought it. The seller was very nice. He offered me a test drive on it. From what I've read about it, and I watched a couple of YouTube videos, you can find several YouTube videos describing testing this Moto Guzzi motorcycle, and all of them concluded that it was easy to drive, and that's perfect for me because I wasn't very experienced. I had borrowed sometime Honda CB900, a couple of off-road bikes which I really liked, and yeah, that was pretty much it. And we took a drive, half an hour, and I really liked it. I felt at home immediately. It was so easy to drive, and yeah, I just loved it, so I had to buy it, of course. And we negotiated, and I got it for a very reasonable price. So now I have the Moto Guzzi V7 2 Stornello in my garage, and I just love it. It has all the features I like. It has the aero exhaust, and it has shaft drive, easy to maintain. If you want to adjust the valves, it's very easy on a Moto Guzzi because the cylinders are here compared to Ducati or Harley Davidson, and the sound is just wonderful. If I sit on it, it's easy like this. I can reach, I'm 6 foot tall, and I can reach the ground with my feet, and yeah, very easy. I went and for some shopping, and I found out there was no place to stow things. Then I found this saddle bag from Custom Z Spain, and I bought that one. Very practical. It's specially made for this Moto Guzzi Stornello model, and there's place here when the shock comes out, and it's custom made around the shock. I read about the brand. It was actually 3 pilots discussed starting a company to making motorcycles, and one of them died, and to honor him they use this bird. So what brand could be more perfect for a pilot than a Moto Guzzi? Let's start it up and listen how it sounds. And the sound on idle is, and if I twist the throttle, it moves sideways because of the longitudinal axle for the engine. Yeah. I also looked at the Ducati Scrambler, which I found very attractive, and also the Triumph Scrambler. But the Triumph Scrambler was much more expensive and heavier. Ducati was maybe a little more expensive and maybe more performance, but I didn't care so much about performance. This one is 750 cc, doesn't have so much performance, but it has a lot of torque at low RPM, and 80% of the torque is available at 2800 RPM, which makes this bike very relaxing to drive. It's not slow in any way, but I think maybe it's not one of the quickest, not at all. But that's not for me because as I told you, I'm not so experienced, so I don't care. I want a relaxed, nice sounding motorbike which is easy to drive, so I can cruise around this area because there's a lot of small asphalt roads around here, and also gravel roads, which is perfect for this tire. Yeah, another thing that I found an advantage is the weight of this bike. I've read several figures, but between 186 kilos or 192 kilos. I guess it depends if the tank is full or not. But it's a pretty light bike. It's about the same weight as a Ducati Scrambler, so that's just an advantage for me. Definitely if you're on gravel roads or doing a light off-road, which I'm going to do with this. The colors of this bike, they are inspired of the 125 Stornello from the 1960s, so it's kind of retro bike. And I think Moto Guzzi made this model, the V7 Stornello, only in 2 years, 2016 and 2017, in a limited edition, 1000 examples, and this is number 715. So in that way it makes it even more special than a Moto Guzzi Scrambler. Just got a new helmet, kind of retro style too, and I will try to mount a GoPro on the outside and use an external microphone. This is new kit for me, because if I have the GoPro on the outside, you will hear a lot of wind noise. And if you drive a motorcycle, be careful and use all the safety gear you can find. I use this. I don't care how it looks really. I care about the looks of the motorcycle, but for driving it's about visibility, and I have protections here and everywhere on this jacket, and also Kevlar jeans with protections for the knees and hips. I'm a pilot, and pilots think safety first in all situations. Moto Guzzi have produced motorcycles for 100 years uninterrupted, and they build them in Mondello del Lario, which is close to Lago de Como, and found out that I've had lunch once at Mondello del Lario, spaghetti of course, and it's one of the most beautiful areas in the world. To me, the size of this bike is perfect. I can have my feet firmly on the ground, and the seat is not too high. I think it's around 30 inches, 31 inches or something. My legs does not hit this portion of the tank, and they don't hit the cylinders either. So if I was taller, it might be a problem, but for my length, 6 feet, it's absolutely perfect, and I sit very relaxed, just a little bit bent, lean forward, and with a wide handlebar. Yeah, it's always exciting to start it up, the way it runs on idle. V2 sound. Let's go for a short drive. Yeah. There are many ride reports on YouTube about this bike. I can't compete with them due to my inexperience, but I strongly recommend them. They are really good. I watched them all, I guess. Let me show you some of the beautiful roads around this area. It's just above our house, in fact. No, it's not the Alps outside Mondello del Lario, but it's Båstad. Just south of Vallåsen I found a gravel road. Then I really found what this bike was meant for. I have a gravel road here. This is perfect for this bike. Even if it's a retro style bike, it's technically modern. I hear the anti-spin kicking in. I don't mind, because kind of safety. So maybe the tires are not perfect for asphalt, but they work here. When I was taking a car driver's license, I got the motorcycle license at the same time, because, well, I'm so old, so we got that at the time. So I could, without any experience, drive a 1000cc motorbike. It's insane. They changed that, and now the motorcycle education is very solid. I know that from experience with my sons. But to me it's illegal to drive any bike, but of course I have to take it carefully. I strongly recommend all the YouTube videos about how to drive a motorcycle and how to take turns, and all. They are really good. So I watch the YouTube videos and then I try it in practice. For example, trail braking, like braking just a little bit in the turn to make the motorcycle turn a bit better, is just the same as we did with the Mustang, to make it turn into the bends. Same. And just watch the videos and go out practice. Here's the place that we will make a photo shoot later. Also some gravel roads. Oh, yeah, this is a golf course. Maybe they don't like if I drive the motorcycle across the course. And that's another way of using a golf course, yeah. But no, another day. Too much people today. Love the sound of the engine and the torquey character. That was my neighbor with the S63 AMG. It runs best, let's say 2,500 to 3,500. There is lots of torque, very nice sound of the engine too. Italian road. I guess this road is perfect for this Moto Guzzi. Hope you have enjoyed the drive. Now we're doing a photo shoot.